The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Good evening. Glad you came to join me here tonight in the jazz bar. It's been a busy week. Lamar spoke with Tariq to get hold of a records book of some kind. He's trying to solve the family problem, I guess, in his own unique way. Little Birdie told me that Jackie met with Ballard over at the Four Seasons. Now, while the birdie didn't know what they talked about, let's just say I have my own ways to verify these things, and it seems they were working a deal about Jackie's new escort service. While this was going on, the oddest thing seems it was a boys' night. And when the boys get together, trouble is all they seem to find, because they had Roscoe using a bit of blood magic to do a ritual to find out where Lasky's been going. Lasky spent his time over at the Blue Velvet, which is a club that seems to have been interesting to Jackie. And then after he left there, he did the rounds at a number of other clubs for number 5. He even spent time with Luke at his gallery. Wonder what Lasky could be getting into that led to that. It also seems that my child may have miscalculated a bit. Dolly erased a memory from Eleanor, and the memory that was put back does not seem to be one that Eleanor enjoyed. It's rare for my child to make mistakes such as that. I wonder if it was a mistake or something Dolly had planned. Well, it's hard to predict. Something as chaotic as nature. It also seems that word is spread around town of a wild animal attack. Now, we know when you're talking kindred, a wild animal attack usually means lupine. And in this case, the lupine were hit by somebody, or the lupines hit somebody. Details are not really clear yet, I guess we're going to have to wait for that to filter down a bit more to find out exactly what happened. And it seems the daughter of Malkav had yet another vision. In this vision, she saw a snow-white horse, almost a ivory horse, being taken down by a hellhound with jeweled fangs. And as she said, her colored pencils weren't quite the shade of red needed for the jewels. I wonder what shade of red she needed. I wonder who this white horse that left behind a scepter covered in blood and ashes could be. I guess we're going to have to find that out as things move forward, because visions usually have a way of revealing themselves after they've happened. So I guess once the events occur, we'll find out what they are. Should be an interesting night overall. I hear the coterie is active again. I guess you'll have to come visit me next week to find out what all's going on. It's your boy Twitch. And we will talk again. Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Relindaire, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and tonight I'll be playing Jacqueline Duran of Clan Ventru.
And I'm Lady Merowith, and I will be playing Eleanor Thurston, Clan Malkavian.
I'm Miriam, and I'm playing Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
I'm Gavin, and I play the Marcade of Clan La Sombra.
Mickey, and I play Sam Grant, Bruja.
And when this episode ended last time, there'd been a night of revelations. We had a vision from Eleanor. We had Jackie finding out about a wild animal attack, which Dredd definitely hinted that it was not a normal animal that was involved in this. And let's just say it was an emotional episode overall. But we're going to actually pick up same night, because there's some things that weren't quite done before we skip out of this. And Jackie is, at this point, I don't think, well, actually, let's open up with the conference room so that you can finish the conference room scene if you have one. I know Jackie's waiting for Dredd, and there were some people who wanted to talk privately real quick. So we'll open up with the conference room if you'd like to finish anything there.
So I guess that begs the question, what the hell is Tally doing in Chicago?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Assuming
too.
I'm right. I don't fucking know.
I mean, you would have felt a disturbance in whatever La Sombra force you have if he was here, wouldn't you, Lamar?
That's not how that works.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Yeah, that's not how that works. But a guy like Tally, he's one of the major shit kickers for the Sabbat. So
yeah,
if he shows up anywhere, it's going to be a problem for whoever he's looking for. Best thing to do is lay low where he's not looking for you.
Eleanor, how you doing, kid?
Oh, I'm doing all right. My drawing is nearly finished. And she kind of looks towards Jackie, but doesn't say anything.
Jackie kind of gives her a slight grin. Doesn't really reach her eyes. Tally was also one of the favored boogeymen of Marcus Vitel throughout his tenure before he first lost his position as prince when he was presuming to be a Ventru. Makes me wonder if he's still working for Vitel.
Yeah, I remember him. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
All the horror stories I've heard about Vitel, he's in my clan, and I don't want to be anywhere the fuck near him.
All true.
I mean, you gotta reckon. The first question you always ask is who benefits? You know, it's the what is it they want? What is it they want? So, what do we think? And making assumptions is bad. Who the hell knows? I don't have the fucking good foundation to make any educated guesses on. All we know is apparently there's going to be a chase, and someone from Ventru is going to get got unless we can stop it. Do you have any insight that could tell us who the target is, Jackie?
How should I know?
Because as soon as I said Tally's name, you tore us out of here.
There are things I cannot tell you, Sam. Is that fair?
That OPSEC is a thing. Would not telling us would telling us assuage the danger to the target or put him in more danger?
I don't think it matters.
Danger. I mean, it's fucking Tally. That's
exactly. I don't think it actually matters. I've done what I can. That's why I tore out of here.
Control what you can control. The rest is not in your hands, and you need to accept that and keep moving forward. You couldn't have picked like Poughkeepsie or fucking, you know, maybe Traverse City, Michigan, or some other fucking small little hamlet. You had to come to fucking Chicago, Bosco.
Yeah, that's where the nightlife was.
It could have been Akron. I mean,
no, nobody goes there.
No, no one should.
There's a knock on the door to the conference room.
Yes?
Peter pokes his head in. Ma'am, there's Dredd is out front.
Thank you. Excuse me, everyone. I was expecting a visit from him. He probably will want to take me for a ride again. So we can talk. And I get up and leave. And I tell Peter, if Etienne returns while I am gone, let him know I am with Dredd and safe, and I'll return as soon as I can.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And I go meet Dredd.
And when you get downstairs, Dredd's on his bike. He looks a little rougher than you normally are used to seeing him. When you get close to his bike, he's wearing a helmet tonight, which you're not used to seeing. And when you get closer to him, he flips the visor up and you can see why. He's grown a pair of whiskers tonight.
Hey, handsome.
Do you think they're me?
I think so. So, I presume you don't want to come inside and talk with me in a secure room?
Not looking like this. I'm a little self-conscious when I get like this.
I understand. That's fine. I'll accompany you.
Okay, we'll go for a quick ride. Just know you're probably busy and I've got stuff I got to do, but I know you're going to want to hear what happened.
I would love to hear it.
Okay.
And she gets on the back of his bike.
And when you get on the back of his bike, you notice not too far away that Nadine, Nitro, is on her bike, but keeping a very respectful distance.
I nod to her.
And she kind of nods, but she's not close enough to overhear anything being said.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks back at you and says, she said I couldn't go alone.
She's protective of you.
Well, Tyrus also was not wanting me to come visit anybody. I think he put the words, you can see your filly on another night.
Your filly. Oh.
You know how he is.
Am I some thoroughbred now?
I mean, by his reckoning, technically, yes. I think he's trying to get a rise out of me. But it's not a good night for that. I've already gotten one rise out. I don't think I need another one.
No, you don't. Let's go try to calm those nerves a little bit.
Okay. And the two of you ride off. Now, while they ride off, I'm going to flash back to the conference room. What is the rest of the coterie doing?
Eleanor has finished her drawing, and she's put the tower from the Tower Tarot card behind the horse and hellhound, with a lightning bolt striking the tower, breaking off stones.
Roscoe's thinking about the details that Eleanor had revealed, mostly about Kindred not being susceptible to being possessed by demons, and he was thinking that he might at some point need to go talk to somebody about that.
Okay. So, you don't, I mean, you've got a number, but you got to be very careful with using it. But you do, considering you and Sunshay have become friends, you do know a couple places you can go just to leave a message that she may want to speak, or that you may want to speak with her. So I assume Roscoe's going to head out to go let her know you're looking to arrange a hangout.
Yep.
Okay, so Roscoe's departing. We got Sam, Eleanor, and Lamar. What's those three doing?
Hey, Lamar. Who do you know of anybody that I can talk to who would know about people going missing on the south side?
Missing and going missing on the south side? In what sense?
Like vanished in the night. Missing persons reports filed, but nothing ever comes of them because, Chicago.
You got a time frame?
Let's call it the past 20 years.
The best people to ask would be cops, and I try not to get in their face very much.
You don't know any PIs, reporters, anything like that?
Top of my head, no, but I could try to dig. I mean, unless you are looking to get this information tonight or something.
No, patience is a virtue. The most immediate thing is to get your personnel deployed in our domain. We need fucking good covered and concealed OPs for them to friggin' be able to do their job so that, they're not getting rousted by cops for just standing around on corners. Because apparently it's a fucking crime.
Yeah, and I've directed them not to do that lately, so...
Yeah. Okay, so that actually gives me, something we can do is for positive movement forward, which is start getting maybe. Let me look at the grid again, and I can freaking pick out like apartments or places where we can position your people so that they aren't getting rousted by cops.
You get me some information, we can work out the details from there.
Mhm.
I am probably gonna go check on good old Kathy with a K, just to, keep the fires burning there, so to speak. Don't want her to. I did offer to, hang out with her. Don't want her to think that I put that out there, and I'm not gonna back it up.
Yeah, you got to keep the gears lubed, right? Otherwise, it'll come to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
So Lamar,
You're having way too much for that. You're having too much fun with that.
Lamar sets
I
out
am.
to go look for Kathy. Now, I assume Lamar's going to first check the jazz bar just because.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to turn the scene over. We still have Sam and Eleanor in the conference room.
All right, Red.
Yes?
How you doing? You've had a hellacious few weeks here.
Yes.
Highs, lows, everything in between.
Yes.
I mean, you're like an elevator operator. You got all these ups and downs.
It is a little bit like an elevator, one that's broken.
Mm.
Doesn't work very well.
So, how are you managing? Is there anything we need to worry about? Is there anything we need to help you process?
That's very kind of you to offer, Sam. And here I thought you were terrified of me.
I am, especially when you friggin' go crazy and kill us all. So I'm trying to head that off at the pass.
What makes you think I would do such a thing?
I've known people like you. Well, not like you, but similar enough that patterns emerge.
Tell me about it.
Well, you like to hit the big red button.
The big red button.
Yeah, see that look right there? That's what I'm talking about.
I understand what you mean. And others that like to push the big red button, they have met a sticky end in your experience?
Well, they find themselves, very shuffled loose the mortal and or immortal coil with extreme prejudice by powers beyond their kin. And well, we can't have that now, can we?
No.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of attached to my bits and bobs.
I'm somewhat attached to them, yes. Not yours, I mean, but mine.
Oh God, no. Y'all, you and Jackie both need to stop putting images like that in my mind. Oh hell, fuck no. And well, Destiny's gone. Lasai. She did it too. She's like, Sam, are you flirting with me? And I'm like, oh hell, fuck no.
Were you flirting with her?
Oh God, no.
Why not? She's perfectly flirtable.
She is a perfectly lovely young woman. Semicolon, however, comma. Thou shalt not muck about with getting into a relationship with kindred, for you are tasty and go good with ketchup.
Or perhaps not with ketchup, depending on your tastes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Long and short of it is I have never met a kindred that quickens my pulse, as it were. So,
Not yet.
probably not ever.
Perhaps
But
not.
there I put the problem. I put the probably in there because you can never say never. But
Forever is a long time.
yeah, well, I don't intend on living forever. I intend on living until until I'm not living, I guess you could say, or unliving, or whatever the fuck.
I think I understand.
You got me rambling. Well done.
Is that not common for you?
So anyway, what do you need to find some semblance of to orient yourself, compass, if you will?
I don't know. that is an answer I do not have for you. For, you see, Sam, I have lately learned something of a world-shattering nature. One that does not affect the world, but mine. And I am yet unsure what to do with this new knowledge that I have. There are many pieces I must put back together in some better semblance of order. And this new vision I have had is concerning. And then, of course, there is the demon emissary that is also concerning and currently devouring one I considered a friend. And I can do nothing for him. Even the most noble sacrifice I cannot make. So I do not know. The compass I thought I had is now broken. Almost entire. Very difficult to fix those. Once shattered.
Well, sounds to me like your compass is just fine.
Yes?
You want to find ways to help people.
I do.
I mean, from conversations previous, you said that, you wish people would just listen to you and get the hell out of the way of the danger that's coming for them.
Yes.
That's a compass. Trying to help more than you're hurt.
Yes.
Trying to leave places a little bit better than when you found them.
Yes. I fear that I may be upon the threshold where that is far more difficult to do.
I was in the army.
Yes.
We were sent to Mogadishu. All the grand speeches about helping them and, getting them out, getting them out from under the thumb of the warlords. In the end, we did nothing. Most powerful military on the planet couldn't stop a bunch of malnourished, under-equipped street fighters from doing what the hell they wanted to do. Flash forward a few years, I'm in a village in Kosovo. Me and my team, we're stopping cold an army trying to steamroll this village and take everybody for slave labor or worse. I didn't think that's where I'd be. But you know what? I was trying to leave a place better than when I found it. Intent matters.
Did you leave it better than how you found it?
Yeah. They never took the place. And now they got fresh water and kids laughing in the streets.
Good.
Intent matters. Honest effort matters. I understand. Looking back, believe me, I fucking understand. I I understand that looking back, there are some ghosts there. And different perspectives can shift yours and leave you unsure of where to step next. But you got people around you.
Yes.
Bosco called me to this fucking hellhole just to watch out for you.
It was very sweet of him.
Mm-hmm.
And very
Oh.
honorable of you to come to this place you hate so much.
You got You've got good intent. We're here to help you fulfill said intent. Okay?
Yes.
So whatever happened back then, it doesn't change who you are now. And who you are now is somebody who got my man Bosco, who is one of the few, and I say this unironically, honest kindred I've ever met.
He is very honest.
But you got him looking out for you. That means that there must be something worth looking out for. Let that be your compass, all right?
Thank you, Sam. I will remember what you've said.
Now, I don't know where the hell these folks are going, but the sun's about to come up and I'm starting to slow the hell down. I'm going to get out of here before, sun starts streaming through these windows and I turn to ash.
We couldn't have that.
No, I don't even know if I would. But let's see a kiddo who is like 100,000, or I don't know how old you are, so but I know you're older than me, so but I'm still going to call you kid. So I call everyone kid. So
It's very sweet.
that's me. I am just a pillar of sugar.
Yes, you are.
All right.
Sleep well.
So long as I don't freaking come back in 3 days talking about shit that happened 20 years ago, I'll be fine.
No, let's not do that again. Or
One
Toll.
thing- Yeah, please, dear God, let's not, because I'm actually a fan of not dreaming and waking up feeling refreshed and invigorated. Sometimes a little slightly hungrier, but I can deal with that.
It's better you don't dream.
Exactly. All right. You be good, you be happy, you be safe, all right?
I will.
And if you can't do those things, be good at it. And Sam will leave.
Okay. And now we're going to flash actually to Jackie on a bike with Dredd. Once he gets moving again, he kind of leans back and he yells a bit to make it so you can hear him. Glad you called to check.
Of course. We are becoming friends, are we not?
Well, of course, but, not everybody cares.
Yes, well, shockingly I do.
Yeah. So I suppose you're also wanting to know what went down, right?
Only if you care to share. If you need to unload it on someone, I can carry the burden.
I mean, they didn't hit us. That's a good thing.
What did they hit?
Biker gang called the Railroad Dogs. Now, most people don't know this, but that particular gang, it's also led by a gangrel.
Which one?
Larry Mincher's the name he goes by. His nickname's Blooper.
Okay.
Yeah, he a vet, gangrel, like us.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to meet with him, and he's anarch, but Tyrus had figured he's borderline, and he was going to work a bit of a truce with the hostilities going on.
It is smart, wise to do so.
Yeah, that's what he thought. And thankfully, we got there shortly after the lupine hit him. They didn't realize we were going to be dropping in for a truce night. They lost some people. We didn't. We were prepared. We come in with silver. Railroad dogs took a beating, but number of the kind didn't survive that hit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not ours, but
Still.
yeah, still brotherhood.
Yeah.
I'm sure you understand how
I
that
understand that.
works. I kind of lost it in the fight, as you could tell. Brought back memories, you know?
I can understand that. Memories can be quite upsetting at times.
Yeah. I'm not really keen on another long nap, you might say. I took one of those.
Sometimes it is for the best.
Yeah, you say that. But, you know, I like to keep moving. I like to do things. The thought of sleeping for 5-6 years is kind of... It just doesn't feel right to me.
She has her arms wrapped around his waist and she kind of pats his stomach as she laughs. She says, "No, not you. You'd like to sit on your laurels and do nothing."
Yeah. You love to say that, but... I mean, if I was a loungeabout, I don't think you'd be on this bike with me now, would you?
That's true. I do prefer men of action.
No. Oh, you prefer dangerous for sure, because the way you tweak Tyrus's nose.
Let's just say I don't spend my nights biting my nails wondering if someone's going to get pissed off and end me.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to do it, but if we hadn't gotten lucky about the night we were going to speak truce,
Yeah.
there wouldn't have been any railroad dogs left. He don't have many of a kindred in his group. And he'd never faced lupine before. He came here after the last war.
I can tell you there are multiple anarchs that are interested in not having animosities during this tumultuous time.
Yeah, Tyrus is backed off a bit right now. He's been focused more on the lupine. So at least he's not antagonizing them because,
Good.
you know, we don't need all that right now.
No. Not if they are ramping up their activity.
Yeah, they definitely are. They're going to go after the ones that they think they can peel off first, the ones that are the most use. Gangrel biker gangs are kind of a thing.
Of course.
So,
Of course. Well, thank you for sharing that with me.
yeah, you know, we're friends, right?
Of course.
See, there you go. Now I'm going to have to drop you back off here. I don't have much time to talk because
I know.
Tyrus is on a warpath at the moment. Just a little bit of one.
I understand.
I'll be contacting you in a couple of days. Tyrus said stay away from Doc's right now. If they hit the railroad dogs, he's not
They
sure
might
Doc's
be
is safe.
after. Yes, makes sense.
So Doc's is going to close shop for a few weeks. We just haven't figured out where we're meeting yet, but we'll get with you.
Okay.
You take care of yourself.
Always. You do the same.
And he whips the motorcycle around in the street and starts heading back to the club to drop you off. And as you arrive at the club, you see your car pulling up right as you get back.
I say my goodbyes. Get off the bike.
And he actually gives you a one-armed hug. Doesn't flip his helmet up, though, and
Yeah.
again.
I squeeze him a little bit and walk off.
And when you get out, Etienne is actually waiting by the garage door, the drive leading to the garage door, because he saw the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am.
What?
I told him. He said he'll take it under advisement and make plans. Nothing else
You realize he's different now, yes?
Yeah, I've seen it. He's not the man I knew.
We've done all we can.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the wolf pack are far too busy dealing with increased lupine attacks to perform overwatch. I had thought to ask, but not with what I've just heard.
Funny how it always ends up that way, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's Tally.
And I don't know but bits and pieces of him, but the bits and pieces I know terrifies the shit out of me.
Well, hopefully, the one we care about will decide the advisement that he has taken it under is to get the fuck out.
I can hope. Yeah.
Very well. I'll wait in the car. You can tell Peter I'm ready to go home.
Yes, ma'am. And he goes and goes to get Peter. Now, Lamar, it's getting close to daylight, but you actually do find Kathy at the bar, at the jazz club. Actually, you see her as she was heading out, but without Nero tonight. I need a wits awareness from you, by the way.
All right. 1 moment. Wits awareness. Here we go.
2. Okay. Good to see. And as she's coming out, hey, Lamar.
Hey, you.
It's getting, I didn't expect to see you here tonight. It's getting kind of morning. I've been waiting to set up. We had one date, but.
Well, I took a chance you'd be here and wondered if maybe tomorrow night was good for you.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. We can do that.
Are you headed home right now, or are you?
I'm heading. Damien's got to stay in at Baby Corse's place.
Okay. Do you need a lift in that direction, or are you already got that figured out?
I've got it figured out. That Nero will be by in a bit, and he was off. He keeps doing errands, and I don't know what he's doing, but he's off doing errands again, and he's supposed to swing by here. I was just coming out of the place to see if he was on his way, because, everything's going to be closing shortly.
Yeah, I understand that. So, okay. Then I will let you get on with the remainder of your evening. I wanted to see you. So. And
she flashes the biggest smile. Well, Lamar, you're positively warming up to me.
I tried not to, but something about you, I just can't turn it off.
I'll see you tomorrow night. And she actually names a small bar that is generally private. It's not a really busy one, but it's not, it's not a dance club. It's just a kind of a quiet place you can normally sit and talk a bit.
He'll repeat the name of the bar in question. All right. Meet you there.
Okay, about 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock it is. It's a date.
And she actually leans over and gives you a hug. And this time she doesn't lick your face or anything like that. She's been a lot more reserved since that one night.
He will very silently, he will just in his mind thank God that she's not going to go for the extra stuff.
And then she heads down the street, and you actually see Nero approaching the same direction. He's about a block and a half away, but the crowd just kind of melts around him when he's walking.
And that's my cue to be on my way.
Okay. And I know Roscoe heads out and goes in and leaves Sun Chi a message. And Sam, you actually get a text. And the text tells you tomorrow, 9 p.m., come to the label. And it's signed Baby Chorus.
Sam will respond with, in all caps, WILCO. Wilco.
Okay. And with dawn approaching, these group of kindred go on their way. And now, since somebody had made a date the next night, we've got that. Let's go and cover the first of the meetings, right? With the sun setting and kindred sleeping. Or with the sun rising and the kindred sleeping. And then the sun sets and the kindred are active once again. Let's do a rouse check for wake-ups here, since this is a one-night event. Now, because it's a waking rouse check, your beast doesn't speak when these happen, so you have that advantage. Jackie did not get hungrier. Eleanor gets hungrier. Sam gets hungrier. Lamar gets hungrier. So Roscoe and Jackie are the ones who manage to keep the hunger down. And Sam, when you arrive at the record labels building, it's not a big building. I mean, it's prominently marked out front. It actually says Baby Chorus Productions. And when you pull up, there's a guy standing out front. One you haven't met before. Let me pull this up so I can put a picture, because you're going to need a picture for this one. Pull up right over here once I can find it. Never seen this individual before. Not once. Gotta find him here. Some of the kindred have, though. Always fun to find people. There it is. Got kind of unkept hair. He's dressed in actually tonight he's just wearing t-shirts and the khakis. He's standing by the door, the going into the place. Hey, man, can I help you?
Yeah, I got a message to meet here at right around this time. About 15 minutes from now. But,
okay.
You know the old adage, 10 minutes early is 5 minutes late. And
the boss, man, he's like in there, you know. I don't think I know you, though.
Nah, I'm new.
I'm Raymond Falcon.
That's a hell of a handle. I like that.
Yeah. You know, I play sax, sometimes bass. I'm part of the band, man.
You're part of the band?
Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
You know, I know Damien started doing more, R&B, hip hop don't need as much for the sax. That's why I picked up the bass to do it and all, you know?
Whoa. What are you talking about? John Coltrane could make that thing fucking cry.
Yeah, but, it's not, how do you put it? Sax isn't part of the modern, we got to sell records thing. I don't know. I just like playing.
Hey, man, anytime you want to play, I'll listen.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll make a note of that. That's a good idea. I like that. Yeah. Well, go on in. He's inside. He's waiting. He's the only one here. Everybody else is gone. He just told me to watch the door.
And I'll stick my hand out. It's nice to meet you, Mr. Falcon.
When he shakes hands with you, his hand is definitely got that icy chill.
Mm-hmm.
And you step into the building now. It's definitely a recording studio. It's got a front reception desk, but you can also see clear glass booth with the equipment for the studio personnel to do the mixing and the soundboard and everything. And Damien's actually sitting, he's over at the soundboard. And when you come in the door, he actually looks up. I guess you'd be Sam.
Yes, sir.
Come on all the way in. Gotta have talk with you.
May I have a seat?
Sure, fine. You pull the stool from over there. He points to one that has wheels that wheels around the room a bit.
Yeah, I'll pull it up and sit across from him.
And he actually stands up. I prefer to talk standing, but you go ahead and sit. At least we're on close to eye level.
Whichever you prefer, Sheriff.
I'm curious about you. I mean, most of our clan don't come here.
Yeah.
So what's your story?
Owed a favor.
I understand that part. Favors are what keeps us going. Alexa tells me you said you can scrap a little, but you haven't fought a lupine yet.
No, there has not been much call for me to tangle with them cats.
Well, I'm hoping won't be much call for them now, but after what I heard happened the other night, well, actually earlier tonight, yesterday,
Yesterday, yeah.
Things are foggy right now.
Yeah.
But after what I heard, maybe we might not get out of this one so lucky.
As somebody knew, what was the catalyst to get them all riled up?
Yeah. Well, some dickhead decided he was going to hunt a lupine and then nail the pelt to Prince Jackson's, one of his establishments.
Really?
Yeah, and it turned out said pelt belonged to... it was the brother of a thin blood. Somebody had embraced a kinfolk. I see, your reaction's the one I had.
Yeah.
I don't know who did this, and I don't know who's wanting to start a war, but they sure as hell have started one.
And there's no way you can foresee to head this off?
I mean, your boy Lamar there and your coterie, he did pass some info that some of them aren't wanting to fight, but so far we haven't exactly been reached out to yet.
Maybe they're waiting for us to do the reaching.
Let's just say our kind don't normally do any reaching out to them because whoever we send to reach out don't normally come back. I mean, that's part of why I've got you here. We don't have a lot of expendables. And most of my people are known, so if I just send one of us over to talk, might lose one.
So you want to send me?
No, actually, I want you to unofficially be one of my people. You see, my people are known. I need some eyes. I need some eyes that aren't linked to me. I need some eyes that aren't part of the band or a hound or someone who's been in the city long enough to have established roots, obligations.
Can I ask that this conversation be private, Sheriff?
Of course, I'm not going to blab that out. Wouldn't do me any good to have you working for me if everyone found out, now would it?
No. If you know anything about me, you know that I believe in the tower. I think its structures, if you will, are the only way we survive.
I agree with that.
And I have put metal to meat to ensure Tower's survival back in DC. Roscoe and I, we've tangled with Sabat quite a few times. So I'm willing to help however I can. But you asked for somebody with no roots here, and there's where a problem arises.
I mean, I know you're from the town. But do you really have roots into our society?
See, there's this fella who works for another kindred in town. He has a particular distaste for my existence. And I'm just trying to be honest with you so that you, Sheriff, I respect you enough to not dick you around and not give you information that would end up fucking you over.
And Damien actually leans back against the console a bit. To this person you got a problem with. I mean, how dangerous is it?
The second I left the domain that Prince Jackson had given had tasked this coterie to oversee, tried to T-bone me.
This makes a difficult problem for me, see, because if I go lean on him, kind of gives away the game, don't it?
Yep.
Who is it?
Carlo Lasky.
That's one of Ballard's boys.
Mm-hmm.
Runs a little trafficking for him. He's normally real good about keeping low enough so that we don't have to visit with him.
Yeah, we got, I guess you could say, history.
That's an interesting problem. Let's see. Because like I said, I'm always looking for some eyes. It's come to my attention there's some blind spots. And one of the blind spots happens to be somewhere that your coterie seems to have some influence. South side. You can see why that'd be useful to me.
Absolutely.
Because if I've got a blind spot, that means they know my people. It means they're deliberately keeping me blind. He's Alan's damn sire. Give me a few days to think on this. I think I might be able to help you out a little bit. I won't be able to squash hard, as I said. It kind of defeats the purpose of our little charade here.
Like I said, I'm telling you this because I don't want it to bite you in the ass later.
Oh, it ain't gonna bite me in the ass. Fucking jumped up ghoul decides to start shit with me, I'll put him in a fucking grave.
That was my first instinct as well, but...
Yeah, I understand. Ventro.
Mm-hmm.
Tower needs to stay strong. Sometimes I wish. I grew up on the street, so I've seen what trafficking does.
As do I.
It's not a pretty business.
And had you not wanted to speak with me and made the ask you asked, I would have handled this myself. But I would have damn sure well made sure that it didn't friggin' affect the tower at all.
You can thank Kratos for this one.
What do you mean?
He got a good read on you. Don't know if you understand just how old he actually is. As far as I know, he's one of the oldest in the city. He may be the oldest in the city. he got a read on you and said, you'd be a good one to tap. Now, I'm not sure if you understand what Critus is to me. That's my sire. I owe him too. Obligations. You grow up on the street, you learn all about that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
But he might be able to say some words. He's real good at trying to convince somebody of moral high grounds. And with the Lupine War, honestly, I think Ballard might want to cut back on his trafficking a bit. Because I can see several ways you could slip a lupine or two into a shipment and cause all kinds of hell.
I mean, off the top of my head, cops open up a container that's just, red syrup on the inside. That's going to start leading to all sorts of questions being asked.
Or even worse, what if he delivers some of his goods to the wrong person?
Jesus.
I mean, you're talking putting a damn
lupine in the same room
Yeah.
as somebody up mover and shaker in this town.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm crow.
I think he's going to have to put a damper on his damn business for a little bit. And I think if I bring it up with Critus, he can bring it up as a Primogen council without involving you or me. Wartime measures. It won't work long term, but it'll at least get you some breathing room. Get him off your neck a little bit so that you can keep an
Gets
ear
me,
out.
Yep. And lets me do good works for you. Which I am happy to do.
Don't tell Alexa you're working for me either.
Alexa who?
Exactly. Because
Yeah, I got the impression she's not too fond of really anybody.
yeah. Bruja to Bruja. There's not many people in this town who know all my damn sources of info. And to blind me, it takes somebody on the inside. As far as she's concerned, I'm just touching base with you to know if I have another pair of fists if it comes down to it.
And a whole lot of guns, Sheriff. Recent recce's that have been performed have indicated that Alexa keeps some strange bedfellows.
You mean that Luke guy?
Not just him. It's almost kismet. Lasky stopped by. What? How do you pronounce his name?
Luke?
Oh, I'm just gonna call his ass fucking Luke.
You
Yeah.
just call him Snake for all I care.
Fucking serpent in the grass, motherfucker.
Yeah, we got a couple
Stop.
of those around here. Just be careful who you say that around. If you say that around some of the others, it might not go well. Marcel in particular, he's got the ear of the council.
Like you said, Sheriff, Bruja to Bruja.
Exactly.
But Lasky spent a lot of time at his little art gallery.
I imagine he's supplying. That sick bitch likes to hurt people. And her playthings don't last long. As long as she keeps it low key, Prince Jackson is pretty keen to let her play her game. I've warned him once before that, a rabid dog is great, but you're still holding that leash. And eventually they bite back. But that's not my position to argue his decisions.
Do you got a secure means of communication?
You can leave messages here. Just phrase it in musical terms.
Check.
We have a large number of acts that come out of here now, all of them indie, low-key, street-type stuff. So let's just say the cycle rate's high enough that even if something bad did come here, doesn't mean it was for us. We losing people, gaining new people every week.
I can do that.
If it's really important, you can always go to the university. Critus will tell you how to find me.
Check. So the mission is, to clarify, start poking my nose around the south side, figure out A, what's going on down there, and B, who it is leaking information down there that's neutering your vision.
And anything else you think is important that I might need to hear. Because if I've got one blind spot, the problem with a blind spot is you don't know you're blind.
Mm-hmm.
Until you get hit. And I've been around long enough, I don't plan to get hit. And let's just say we understand what a sheriff gets for enemies.
I got you.
I hoped we would understand each other. Critus is pretty good on reading that. Like I said, he's been around a while. That's an old
One would
dog, and he's
hope.
got a lot of tricks.
Yeah, one would hope he's good at reading people. Got to be to stick around as long as he has.
You don't know the half of it with his age.
I don't want to know, to be quite frank with you, because from what I hear, the old guard tends to get targeted, so the less I know, the better in that regard.
And he survived too somehow. Don't let the old man looking like an extra from Bill and Ted's Adventure there. Don't let it fool you.
Yeah.
He's as hard as nails underneath.
Mm-hmm.
He'd been through a lot. I'm glad we could have a talk.
Me too. And Mr. Falcon outside, he seemed like a pretty chill dude.
Oh, is that
What's
who
his
he is
story?
today?
Apparently.
Changes.
What's the story there?
Malkavian.
Yeah, I've had recent reason to have a lot of interactions with that particular clan.
Yeah, he's a damn good artist. Gotta give it to him. But who he is depends on what instruments he's picking up. It's kind of an odd thing to see sometimes. Hell, I don't even think he knows who he is.
I'll just put it like this. It's nice to meet chill people every now and again.
Oh,
especially
Raymond's
people
pretty
like
chill.
us. Yeah, because there's too many people in our society that take themselves way too damn seriously.
Some of the voices he has aren't quite nearly as chill. But we normally watch out for that when he gets those kind of nights. We just, he takes the night off and relaxes somewhere secure that he can't get out of.
Yeah. All right.
Those are the nights I think we normally make Nero keep an eye on him.
I've only seen him briefly. Is there anything I need to know there?
Don't fuck with him.
I mean, I don't like go out looking for trouble. That's
He went to sleep before the last Lupine War. Well, right at the start of it. We woke up maybe 2-3 years ago.
mm-hmm.
Slept the rest of the time. He's not quite the same as he was. I mean, he still writes good lyrics. That's what he's always been good at. But it's a little bit dark. Some nights you need that edge, you know? You want to get something a little grittier.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't fuck with him. He's not all there. He's going to be a problem eventually.
Well, Hopefully that's far in the future.
I got somebody keeping an eye on him.
Anything else you got for me?
That's it. Other than this, as I said, we were just meeting so I could find out where, whether we could fight.
Who's who, what's what.
That's right. As far as anyone else concerned, you're just another lick in the city, right? That'll work.
Happy to finally meet you.
Yep. And he comes over and he kind of clasps your arm, and he actually comes in and gives you a brief, slap on the back. We'll talk.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Be safe out there. Rough streets.
I know him well.
And he turns back to the mixing board, and you can see him put headphones on as he starts to...
And I will take that as my cue to leave.
Yep. And when you go outside, Raymond Falcon's not out there anymore. You don't know where he wandered off to.
You know what that sounds like? Nunma.
And I think right here is going to be a good place to go to break. And we will be back, everybody, in 10 minutes. Enjoy the break.
Introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? Rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. Shut me up and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's that king demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins. Beautiful. a bad authority. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator who can't remain the prey, you have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, that will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within, to your burrow within. Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back. Before the break, we had, actually a busy night for this particular coterie. But we have actually a scene that is rather important, I think, here, because Lamar's got a date with Kathy. He's arranged to meet her at a quiet little bar.
And because it's unseemly to show up to a date hungry, he will make sure that he takes the time to feed beforehand.
Oh.
So he's not walking there with he's not walking in there peckish.
So let's see. You're going to roll strength plus brawl, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And I assume, are you doing it in your domain or are you going to do it in the rack?
The rack.
Okay. We know what happened last time he did this roll.
Yeah.
Two. Hunting slim tonight. You're going to be a little peckish. Because you need 3 to succeed on your hunt roll for this one. So you're going to be a little peckish. Are you getting there early? You getting there right on time? You're going to be fashionably late? Where are we at?
Lamar is going to be early. He's definitely going to be early. He wants to make sure that the place isn't too hole in the wall, that, people are just going to be trying to walk up on Kathy like he's not there or something. So
It's a nice little place. I mean, it's a quiet bar, but it's definitely looks to be like a high-end kind of a place where people go to have private chats where they don't want to be interrupted, but still not being a big, dingy kind of thing. Wits awareness, though. Three. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Let me roll, because that's close enough. I guess I got to roll. Okay. So you get there a bit early and time comes around. She's not there yet.
He will order 2 scotches because he knows that's a thing she likes.
Okay.
And he will just take his place at a booth in the corner where no one's really at, and he'll just sit and wait for her to come through the door.
She comes in about 5 minutes late. Tonight she's wearing she's actually in a long flowing dress. Nothing too fancy, but not, I wouldn't call it, slumming outfit.
It's not that night at the club, was it?
No, it's not quite like that. It's not, she's not poured into it. She's got her hair done up, makeup on. She actually looks rather beautiful in a lot of ways. She definitely is getting eyes, but not the same way of people, the eyes all watching her curves, just she draws attention as she comes in. And she actually comes over and sits down with you.
Well, he'll stand when she gets there, and then he'll wait for her to sit down before sitting back down.
Oh, a gentleman tonight, Lamar.
I'm trying something new. Let me know how it goes.
I can definitely do that. What do you think of the place? I learned about this, I don't know, a couple weeks ago.
I like it. I mean, it's quiet, but it's not quiet in that way that everybody's staring at you.
Right. That's
so.
It's not too quiet, but it's also not a bunch of loud music and everything going on. And
yeah, and I like that because I've been to some. Well, calling them dives would have brought them up 4 notches, but
yeah,
this is not a dive, and I like it.
We've done. I remember start of the baby course. We did that. We played a few of those places just to, get a name, just to get it out there. At first, while Damien went to pull favors.
Will you indulge my curiosity about something?
Sure.
What's it like being in a band?
Well, I mean, groupies are fun. Let's just say that the groupies make things easy for us.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
But there's a time commitment that goes above and beyond what you normally have to do. Because some nights, I mean, we're a band, we got to practice.
Yep.
Not like granted, it's not as hard for me because I have assistance in making sure everything's always fluid when I'm doing something, but we still have to practice, come up with new music.
I just remember, it was always cool to watch music, watch people play, but I never had the talent personally. So I was always.
Come on, look, and she actually reaches over and holds one of your hands. Hands like these, you could definitely learn. You've got some skill in there.
I don't know. My skills were always a little bit different. So. Well,
I mean, you say that, but look at Damien. Look at his skills. Look what he does most of the time. He can sing. He can even play an instrument. Yeah, I've seen him on the drums before. He can beat the hell out of some drums.
That I do believe.
It's just, I guess it's a job like anything else. I mean, I enjoy it because I love making music and all, but it's a job.
It's fair.
It opened doors. It lets us go places. I will say, though, that Portia, she's a fucking ball buster.
Oh, really?
She is. I mean, she wants we got to have the stage this way, and we've got to move. We got to move the speaker a little bit over here because it messes up the look of the stage. She is just. Everything has to be precise. Tried to tell her that you can't do that with music. Music, you've got to let happen. You've got to let go with the flow of the music. But no, that's not her way. She wants it, here and over here and.
I mean, some people, they've definitely got their own personal ideas.
Yeah, she's got those. I mean, yeah. Look at her ideas. I mean, fucking Annabelle. I guess they're made for each other.
So, I mean, when you say that, like, are they...
They're stuck up little bitches, both of them.
You said it, not me.
Oh, I mean, I don't think that I'm saying anything nobody knows around here. I mean, I think pretty much everyone understands that one.
Oh, you're not saying anything nobody knows, but you're saying something no one's brave enough to say. And there's a big difference in that.
Well, should I be worried about saying that with you?
No, not me. I'm just people in this town, like just the things like, you just see here in conversations. It's like, you don't actually hang out with that person, do you?
Oh, there's a lot of those. Oh man, you should talk to me. I'm not going to bring up other men around you, but don't worry. You should see that damn Brett guy that Annabelle brings on her arm to some places. Oh,
see, I'm secure in myself. I mean,
it's hard not to be secure if you see someone as dumb as him, I've met rocks that were better conversationalists.
Damn. Okay.
He actually, I heard him one night tell somebody, once you go Brett, you always stay wet. Yeah.
He said that with his chest, with a straight face.
Oh, with a
he would,
straight
like, not, no,
I would
not
call
ironic.
it a straight face. I'd call it a blank face. Because he doesn't really have much other than, how was it described? I heard Zhao said it's that dude bro look.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, you know what? Let's ensure sort of shiny new change of topic right here.
Yeah.
What other kinds of cool stuff do you hear about this city though? Because I know you're connected. You got your finger on the pulse of what's great around here.
I just spread stuff I hear, stuff going on, you know. There's some people asking about, well, one of your friends there. Nobody's seen Destiny lately.
Oh, yeah. Haven't seen her either, so.
Breakups that bad?
Guess one of us had to go.
And she actually leans forward a bit. That sounds positively dangerous. I like that.
Oh, wait. Let's don't get it twisted. Like, I'm just saying, like, it just didn't work out. And
her face actually falls slightly as you say that. I mean, I've heard of worse. But I mean, I do what I do. I go around and hear things, of course, and it's not exactly like I am known to not share what I find out. They
just say what you saw.
Well, they have a name for people like me in some of the cities.
What is it?
I find it kind of derogatory, but I mean, they'd call me a harpy, but that just makes me picture screeching, wing, part chicken looking things. It's just.
Oh, no, you are definitely not chicken.
And you actually see her stick her leg out from under the table. You sure that's not a chicken leg? And she twists it kind of to the side a bit.
Well, if it was, I'm willing to eat it.
She actually laughs and leans forward. And it's about this time, Lamar, you notice 5 guys in suits come in the door. Navy blue suits, all of them exactly the same. They stand out.
Mm-hmm. Have they looked in our direction yet, or?
They seem to be scanning the crowd, but it's a dark enough bar. They're having a little bit of trouble. But they seem to be looking for someone.
So, hey. Do not look. But there are some really weird looking guys over there. I get this vibe I don't like. So I'm thinking maybe we should move this party somewhere else. But, I mean, that's only if you're willing. But we're gonna, I just want you to follow my lead here for a minute.
I mean, you just look like a bunch of damn stuffed up suits.
Yeah.
I guess it is kind of odd for this place.
Yeah. Just stay chill. Don't do anything until I say. Storyteller, how difficult would it be to make it just a little dimmer in here?
You don't have Stygian Shroud. You do have the ability to draw shadows darker around you. Because that's part of your shadow cloak, I believe it was called. Let me pull it up just to make sure. Yeah, your shadow cloak actually causes shadows to deepen around you. So you can make not the whole place, but you can actually cause the shadows in your immediate vicinity to kind of darken and thicken a bit.
I would like to do that just to kind of not to make it like so much noticeably obscure, but just, maybe it's like a real dark part of the bar. Maybe their eyes will pass over it a couple more times before they decide to pay attention.
And there's no rouse check for that one. So you call upon your blood to the shadows just slightly darken. Makes it a little bit harder to at least pick out your face.
So my car is out, on the side of the building. And I know that the restrooms we step out of here, straight back past the bar. But there's also a exit door. Maybe we play the frisky couple who can't wait to get back to my place, and then we pass the bar. We get in my car.
They're looking for us?
Don't know, but I've seen enough no-necks and suits the last month or so that I can't put it, I can't rule it out.
Okay, yeah, let's, I guess, she kind of has a slightly scared look on her face. As better safe than sorry.
Hey, better safe than sorry. And you have your phone?
Actually, no, not tonight. No pockets.
Good. He takes out his own phone and leaves it. He leaves his burner on the table, and he is going to take her by the hand. He's going to get up, take her by the hand, and then just very calmly walk her towards the restrooms.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll for this one. We can go dex stealth. You can go wit stealth if you want. You get 2 bonus dice because your Cloak of Shadows is up to try to be unobtrusive as you go to leave. So make sure you use your 2 bonus dice. Going to have her roll as well. She'll get 2 bonus dice because she's actually caught in your field there.
Oh, come on. I just had it. All right, gonna roll the first part. And then he has 2 more dice after this. All right, I'm going to willpower that.
Okay. You got 2 successes so far. Let's see what else you get. You have 2 successes. She had 5 successes. For someone who draws attention, normally she seems to be very good when she puts her mind to it at being unobtrusive. You get the distinct impression that she has some hidden skills you didn't know about or wouldn't have expected. And as you slip towards the back, you get down in the hallway, you definitely got noticed. They're moving towards you, but you have a lot of headway on them.
Okay. Quickly looking around, is there a camera in this hallway?
No.
Okay. He's going to he's going to definitely walk for the exit door.
You find the little exit back there.
Yeah.
Code requires one, actually.
And then they're going to get outside that door. And then now, is there a camera back here?
Well, when you open the door, you step out into a group of 5 men. watching the back door. And as soon as you come out, one of them seems to have been waiting because he's got his hand up to his ear as you come out the door. And then he looks at the two of you and he pulls out and flips out a badge real quick, like real quick. The old flip-flop.
Mm.
You know it's a badge of some kind. You couldn't really get a look. Miss Glenn's, you need to come with us.
Officer, I'm sorry, I don't know who you think we are, but just me and my lady, we were heading home. You know, one of those nights, and Lamar gives him kind of the look like, dude, you're about to like cock block me something awful here.
Sir,
and
you're going to thank us later for this one. Trust us. I think you might want to hit the street. I mean, we'll take you in too. But we're not here for you. And I think, honestly, it's in your best interest not to be around her.
Well, that's a weird thing to say.
Kathy actually looks over at you. She puts a hand on your arm. Don't sweat it. Just do what they say. Don't worry about me. I'm covered.
Look, cops in this town, they're usually full of shit. Just flashing a badge. He's got to have something. He can't just take you in right now.
You hear a thump. Barely heard a thump. It seems to be just barely around the corner. You almost didn't hear it, but you're on edge right now. Definitely sounds like somebody has just leapt down from somewhere onto the concrete.
But someone has jumped from up high down to the...
Yes.
Look, officer, I'm sorry, what was your name again? Your badge, you did it so,
You call me
quickly.
Officer Robinson.
Officer
Actually,
Robinson.
you can call me Agent Robinson. How about that? Last chance. Walk
Agent.
away, or we're taking you with her.
All right, Agent Robinson, I don't want no trouble. You know, I don't want no trouble. And Lamar's trying to stall hopefully long enough for whoever that is to hopefully come around the corner. But he's gonna walk, and then he's gonna just try to guide Kathy with him.
Okay. 1 minute, there's 5 guys there. But the guy in the back, in just a blur, is not there anymore. The others don't even seem to have noticed that one of their number is just not there.
All right, Agent Robinson, I think we should go because your friend looks like he got a call from the station.
And when you say that, he turns around and one of them. And as soon as you say that, Kathy shoves you the opposite direction. And she bolts the other way.
Lamar rounds the corner and breaks for it.
And as you run for it, you hear screams start. And you run right by an agent that was slammed into a wall at a high rate of speed head first. The first one that disappeared.
Ain't that about a bitch? And
I assume you ran toward the direction of your car because that's the way she shoved you.
Yeah, he ran for his car.
Okay. And you, I assume, beat feet as quick as you can because you hear the back door open. You start hearing gunshots as you're trying to pull away.
Yeah, he's going to drive away, not like screeching out of there, but driving as quickly and safely as he can.
Yeah.
Does he see Kathy like on the street moving away from the place as he goes, or
no? She ran the other way, but you don't see where she went.
Fuck. He's gonna head out of there. He's gonna go 2 blocks down, actually 3 blocks down. Then he's gonna try to loop back around to see if maybe he sees her coming out of an alley or something. He'll do this once, unless he starts seeing cop cars pouring, and then he's out of there.
When you loop back around and you start coming back and you drive past it all casual and calm, you actually notice the oddest thing down the alleyway leading behind the building. All the water pipes there have bust, including a main that was running under the area. And water is flooding the alley, everywhere. Water's pouring out of the alley into the street.
All right, Lamar's going to head out, and he's going to head. He's gonna drive across town first, get off the freeway, go down maybe 3 blocks, get back on the freeway, and then come back to the club.
Okay. Now, at the same time this is happening, Roscoe, you had a meeting in the tea shop with Sun Chi. And she was there before you got there. She's wearing a nice floral dress, actually a blouse with slacks tonight. And when you come in, she actually comes over and gives you a hug. Roscoe, so good to see you.
Good to see you too, Sunshi.
How you doing? Come over and sit. I got a spot back here.
Okay, let's sit.
Miss Chen always keeps me a nice my place separate. And she goes back and sits down with you. Yeah, it's good to see you again after, the last talk we had. It was kind of refreshing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
Didn't have any interruptions. At least not till the end.
Right.
Well, we didn't even have that night. That was the oddest thing, is that we actually got to have a night to talk.
I hope we have a little chance to talk tonight too.
We won't know at first now, will we?
No, we won't. Though,
yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, well, that's true. We'll figure it out, though. We'll find out one way or another, won't we?
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. So how you been?
Been doing pretty good.
I'm glad you weren't part of that dust up I heard about on the east side. That
I'd heard a little bit about it. I don't know really what happened. Do you?
I haven't heard anything really either. We know what wild animal attacks mean. This is goddamn Chicago. No, the only wild animals around here are us and them.
That's right. Yeah. And
we're not dumb enough to make a mess of it and leave it so that it makes the news.
That's the truth. Yeah. Well, we know it's, they've been causing trouble here and there. So.
Yeah, I know. It's stressful. We can't get a break, can we?
No. But speaking of trouble, had an occasion to talk with one of my other friends, and I found out a piece of information about Kindred that I didn't really know until now.
What's that?
Well, I guess there's no real way to do it except just throw it out there on the table. But it's come to my knowledge that Kindred cannot be possessed by demons.
When you say that, Sun Chi's hand very quickly lashes out and grabs your arm, and the switch on her face is not what you expected to see. You're a smart one, aren't you?
Not always, but you can put two and three together sometimes.
This one may have thought I was a demon, but I've never said that.
Well, but it's hard to tell. And like I told Sun Chi,
You're stupid, it's hard to tell.
or have never seen one of you before. So,
Seen one
Care-
of me.
care to talk?
Do you even know what I am?
No, I do not.
Do you even know who I am?
I do not.
No demon. Their kind and ours don't get along.
Well, in a way, that's good news to me. I hope.
No, it's not.
Hmm.
You and your kind have destroyed this earth. You
We have
and your
certain-
kind destroy all the gardens. No matter how many times we plant them, no matter how many times we've tried.
Well,
to
we
make
have
things
left a
better.
mark. That is true.
You and your fucking dicks always in just fucking shit up. This one's mine.
Oh, I have no desire to take her from you.
You need to stay out of business that is not yours. Or else you are going to find that even the prettiest garden has ways to deal with pests. Do I make myself very clear? And if
As clear as the azure blue of a summer day.
And I tell you, if you stay out of my way long enough, I might even be generous and give her to you for a brief while. I mean, you and your kind do have your place once in a while. Briefly.
Yes, that depends on your definition of brief.
Oh, a night or two?
Some mark brief periods by centuries, so
You could. A century? That is a night. One night. You are poking in something not for you. I could destroy you out of hand for this.
I'd rather you didn't.
In this case, I think you're going to serve my purpose. Warn your friends.
About what?
Pieces are moving.
In the game?
And as the pieces move, as in any game, some have to go away.
Some fall by the wayside, yes.
And you can rest assured, you do not want the board to be broken. Even what I propose is better than that. Stupid men and their stupid looks. And she gets up and just walks out.
Would you mind leaving Sun Chi?
Doesn't look back. The move, now that you've seen her walking, she doesn't walk like Sun Chi did. All the mannerisms are completely different. It's as if you're seeing a different person walk out than every other time you've seen her.
Can I tell exactly how her mannerisms are different? I mean more.
A lioness, stalking prey.
Conserving energy within her moves.
Every move is precise. Every move is exactly where it should be. It is the closest thing to a hunter you've ever seen. Somebody that isn't instinctually a hunter, move like. It actually sends a chill down your spine to see this kind of a movement.
Would I have noticed the same kind of behavior in Sam in battle mode?
No, not like this. Sam carries himself like a predator, but this is on an instinctual level that you've only seen in the wild, normally cats that are single-minded of purpose. Actually, you could even say it's the focus of a praying mantis. Every move is done for a reason. And the old lady that you were told was Miss Chen, she comes. Why'd you upset her?
Our conversation went to an uncomfortable place. Let us finish up. I'm not sure she'll be back tonight. Let me even up tonight.
You be nice to her. She's a good girl.
Yes, she is, and I did not mean to upset her.
Okay. And she scurries off and just leaves you there. Doesn't offer to refill your teas or nothing. Just leaves you there.
Has she? I looked pretty closely at Suncheese where she'd been sitting. Did she leave anything behind?
No.
Phones, messages, a pet purse, or anything?
Since you asked to look, the chair has some. Looks like part of the wood was crushed, where one hand might have gripped it. Not the one that reached out and grabbed you.
The other one.
The other one. Incredible strength to have crushed a chair like that. Wood doesn't crush that well with a hand.
Claw marks?
No claw.
Or just pressure damage?
Literally a pressure in the shape of a hand. You could see it.
Okay.
And you were left like that. And now, Jackie had a night of Elysium. She learned some important information, didn't she? While she was at Elysium.
Indeed.
And Eleanor and Sam had a night scouting the south side, and we will deal with that off camera with info so you can share it next time you get a chance. But I think now this coterie has a planned meeting before we come to the end of this, because I think everyone has revelations to share. Which makes it Friday night, isn't it? Because Jackie was at Elysium Thursdays. Friday night, the coterie is gathered. Lamar, by the way, you have not been followed since that night. Everyone did hear of some sort of shootout. No federal agents, no police are even mentioned. There was just a shootout. And the freakiest thing happened. All the water mains right there broke and flooded the alley. So they didn't really find much of anything. The water kind of ruined the whole crime scene. Thoroughly ruined the crime scene.
Yeah, Lamar's been staying at the club. So he'll be there when everyone gets there.
Okay. I turn this over to players.
Jackie actually gets there pretty early.
And ST, just to clarify, has Lamar heard from Kathy since then?
Not since then, no.
Okay.
But you haven't heard anything negative either. No visits from Damien.
Did Jackie perhaps see her at Elysia?
Yes, she was at Elysia.
Okay.
She was at Elysia tight on Nero's arm that night.
Okay, got you.
Now, I will let you roll because you were at Elysia.
Mm-hmm.
And you bring this up, checking for her just to know if you saw her. Intelligence?
Just to see who I saw. I mean, it just would be something that Jackie would notice in passing.
But intelligence and...
Wits.
I'll let you do wits awareness. You can use your instincts.
Because Jackie is not an intelligence build, she is a wits build.
Yeah, well, we'll let you go with that. 6, not bad.
With
That's
a crit.
Nice. With a crit. You're not sure what you were seeing. She was on Nero's arm the whole night. Now, you've been to Elysium enough to know that normally she isn't.
Mm-hmm.
But
So it was a noted behavior change.
it was a noted behavior change. And if you didn't know any better, Nero had a slight smile on his face the whole night.
Oh, he was actually expressing emotion.
If you didn't know any better, yes. It was, considering how many times you've talked with him and seen his slack face, with a 6 on a crit, I will give you, it seemed it wasn't quite as flat.
Passive as it has been.
He was mildly amused at something the whole night.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, Lamar.
Hey, Jackie.
What's the matter?
What's not the matter? I haven't heard from Kathy in 2 nights, and
Well, I saw her last night at Elysia.
wait, you saw her?
Yes.
She was in one piece.
Yes. She was on Nero's arm the entire night.
And there's like a look of relief on his face.
What the hell happened? I thought you had a date.
We did. And it was going great. Until the fucking suits showed up.
Suits?
Men in suits. I don't know how. Or I don't know why.
I'm going to insight that.
Okay.
Willpower?
Okay. And now, does Mar add a character here on this one? Do you link what happened that night with the slip up you two had on the phone?
That's going to be a 4.
You know what? Probably not right away, but at this point, he's kind of hoping that wasn't it. But I think he's been more worried about her, whether or not she still exists. So you're going to roll to oppose Jackie, or you're just going to let her do her thing on that? Let her do her thing.
Okay. So Jackie, you see that he's saying that and he does believe it, but he's apprehensive as if
subconsciously he might realize that
as if there's a part of him that wonders that maybe.
Yeah. Something happened.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to pocket that for now. I'll let him finish.
They show up. So I'm like, all right, we're going to leave. Because I didn't like the vibe I was getting from him. I got her to go out the back door. And there are 5 guys out there waiting.
How many total? There were 5 inside?
5 came in the door. And there were 5
outside.
watching the back.
10 men in suits.
Yeah. And they were there for her. Because they called her by name.
Interesting. Did they identify themselves?
Guy flashes a badge, calls himself Agent Robinson.
I'm going to make a note of that, and Jackie does.
Well, it probably won't matter because I'm fairly sure Agent Robinson and his 9 friends are very, very dead.
What happened?
Now, Jackie, you did hear something about water mains and a shootout. But
I heard about a shootout at around the neighborhood of some bar. And there was water mains breaking that ruined a crime scene?
Yeah. I'll give you 3 guesses as to who that was.
Oh, I don't need to take guesses. I saw Nero smiling last night.
That's that motherfucker. Yeah, he went whole hog on the whole kill them all and let God sort them out.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fucking hell.
She shoved me one direction, she ran the other, and I didn't see where they went. I just know as I was getting out of there, I passed at least one dead body.
Sam enters from the roof. Hey, what's going on? Oh, hello, dour faces.
Oh, fucking hell.
But you said you saw them both.
Yes, I saw them both.
Because I went.
But you're
I tried
telling
to
me
look
that
for-
Nero, 2 nights ago,
Ran through
cold-blooded
those guys.
murdered 10 fucking agents.
Ran through them like bad Chinese food.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, and when I looked, yeah, like all those water mains were burst, so I didn't understand what was happening.
Oh, that's
I
the
just
lake
knew-
spirit, darling. It has activated Nero. And he is this close to Wassail. And he just eliminated a whole fucking regiment. They are going to send more.
Send more who? What? Did I walk in on something?
Fucking hell.
You should probably wait for everybody to get here, Roscoe, because I don't want to explain this 6 more times, but
Sure. All right. No problem.
Everyone looks so upset.
Yes,
tonight there's a reason to be.
yes.
I was afraid of that. I sit down.
Sam, the reason that the steakhouse used to be one of our residences in this domain and is no longer is because Destiny made a mistake with a text. Got on the Second Inquisition's radar. The place was raided. Of course, we had enough advanced warning to ensure that the place was cleaned out so that when they raided it, there was nothing to be found. Now, you are telling me Kathy got on their radar.
Apparently, they had no clue who I was, but they called her by name. They wanted to take her.
And then Nero fucking went apeshit on them.
Yeah. And see, I didn't know. I knew in the back of my head, I thought, maybe he would know where he was, but I wasn't thinking about that. So originally when I heard someone leap off the, I thought they called in more guys, and it was looking kind of bleak. I was ready to fight and go for it, but then I heard someone get their head cracked, and then one of them disappeared, and I was going to break for it. I pointed, oh, look there. Looks like your guy got a call from the station. I was going to, take Kathy and break for it. And then, yeah, she shoved me. She went one way. I went the other. I got to my car. I tried to look for her. But yeah, that's when the gunshots started. I didn't pull my gun once.
The water main break? That
Yes,
was
the
on
water main,
news?
that was where it happened. Yes. The lake spirit has activated Nero, who is this close to Wassail, and just had himself a very rough night. And I saw him last night at Elysia with Kathy on his arm, and he was smiling.
Sounds like Nero had a lot of fun.
He murdered 10 agents of some kind.
Second Inquisition, I guarantee
I imagine
it.
to someone like Nero, that's a fucking good night.
Jesus.
Until Jackie told me that they were at Elysium, I didn't know that they'd made it out.
Yes. She was
Does
very
anyone-
attached to him.
Is any one of you able to get in touch with the sheriff?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I could
all
call
of us
him.
are. We all have the number to the record, to the label. What?
He needs to be he needs to be made aware of this. God. Lamar, at any point, did you say or do anything that would tip your hand? You said that they weren't looking for you. They didn't even know who the hell you were. They just were talking to her by name.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's reasonably, and the fucking, were there vehicles in that alley?
There were no vehicles in the alley.
Okay.
I didn't see any vehicles for them. Fuck.
Do you think there's any way they got a picture of you?
That would be challenging.
Why?
La Sombra.
Yeah. I don't show up so good in family pictures or anything.
Lamar, tell me honestly, you've been in touch with Kathy a few times. Has she done anything suspicious on the phone?
Not on the phone, but fuck, now that I think about it. After y'all threw this plan at me to start talking to her, I still was pretty rattled afterwards. I called her. We got to talking. She started getting a little flirty, and like I said, I was rattled. I may have slipped.
You destroyed your phone, yes?
That phone's gone, and that Haven's gone too.
Good.
That was the first thing I did. That was the first thing I did afterward, but it wouldn't have been a problem.
Did she slip as well, or what?
I think she slipped right after I did.
Oh, shit.
All right.
I can
know the
tell you
how.
right now, they probably didn't even pick you up, Lamar. I have talked to you on the phone. You always sound garbled, and it's a struggle to understand you.
Fucking really?
Yes, really.
All right, we know the how. We know the why, because...
They're monitoring phones and text traffic.
Right.
But still, that happened a while back.
Their response time is slow. Look at how long it took from Destiny's fuck up to them hitting the steakhouse.
That's not a slow response time, that's planning time.
And they sent 10 after her. I know for a fact they sent 5 to the steakhouse.
Hey, Eleanor, you know that phone I gave you?
Yes.
Slide that across the table to me.
I take
She
it.
didn't bring her she told me she didn't bring her phone that night because I
It
asked.
wouldn't matter if they've got eyes. All they had to do was put eyes on her once, and then they've got eyes on her.
And then they could track her.
Mm-hmm.
Take out the phone and slide it to you.
And I crush the phone. And I take out my own phone.
I do the same. Goodbye, phone.
It's a little harder for you, Eleanor, but you manage it.
My
steel.
calls are routed through a switchboard.
I also got rid of my most recent phone, so I came back here with nothing.
I got a stash of burners. Don't worry about it.
So do I.
Bosco?
Man, I like this phone, but it lets me
You
safe.
got pictures saved on it? Take the SIM card out and then crush the fucking
Nope. Nope, it's gone.
OPSEC means operational security.
Yes.
I was expecting Damien to come break the door down to this place when they didn't show up.
I have someone someone else talk to the sheriff. I have somewhere I need to go. There is a way for me to get information on what those fuckers are doing.
Be careful,
Go.
Jackie.
Bye. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, but be careful.
I will.
Where is Jackie?
She's going to call Dredd to find out where they can meet up.
You're going to invoke your lore sheet?
I am. I'm going to invoke my lore sheet.
Okay. We'll handle that. You go and step out of the room long enough to call Dredd so that you can get a signal.
Mm-hmm.
He tells you that he's, is it hey, Jackie, is it an emergency?
I need to get a message out. Urgently.
Sounds pretty big deal. I'll be by in a bit.
Thank you.
We don't have a place yet, so I'll come by as soon as get done what we're doing.
Thank you.
Is this part of How can I put this? Is this really, really important?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let boss know.
Thank you.
And Jack can step
And
back in
Jackie
the room.
walks back in the room.
Said you burned your safe house. You burned your. I mean, you got a new mask.
I mean, that's good. They, like I said, they didn't know who I was, didn't call me by name.
If you need
so
identification or anything like that, I can get you new stuff.
I'm probably going to have to reach out to Sierra and tell her I'm not available for any clan business in the city for at least a week while we make sure that this shit settles down. But yeah, I didn't realize what he was doing until he was doing it, but he took those guys apart.
Of course he did.
I mean, that's the kind of shit
To
I used
think
to see people.
Toreador are nothing but fucking artists and fucking socialites is ridiculous.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
They are
I've seen a
faster than
Toreador.
lightning
Mhm.
and can be damn lethal.
I mean, good news is that he was there on Overwatch and kind of solved that immediate problem for you.
Yeah, but it's going to lead to a bigger problem.
Yeah, the number of, well,
When that
bodies
team
to-
doesn't report back, it will lead to more. Sam, you were military, yes?
Here's what we need. We need it to look like someone else is responsible. We need it to look like we need it to look like those agents went down the wrong alley in the wrong city, ran into some local street toughs, and things went fucking sideways. We need to.
That's something to bring up with the sheriff.
And Sam looks around. It's like, who's in good with the Nosferatu?
I am.
I say that person did just kind of leave us, but
I have
Jackie's got some pull.
favorable relations with some Nosferatu in the city.
The shit I know about military grade surveillance equipment is 30 years out of date at this point, which means it might as well be fucking Stone Age. I highly recommend no more dates, no more extracurricular activities, no more exploratory excursions until we get confirmation that the story we weave has been bought and the heat is off.
Who is going to talk to the sheriff? I'm handling my end. I cannot do everything.
I'll go talk to him.
I'll go with you as backup.
I mean, I'd be surprised if he didn't already know, but
I'm sure he
I'll talk to him.
knows. Or at least
But
some
we can-
extent.
But we can look like we're trying to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. You know what I'm saying?
And once I get my information, I will be inclined to share it with the sheriff.
What's the news report say about casualties?
I don't know. Storyteller?
Fuck.
Just 10. It doesn't even say agent. It just said 10 people were killed in a shootout.
Said 10 people were killed in a shootout. So it's
No way
it's been scrubbed in the news.
They get the reporters got what they could get, that there was 10 casualties. There's no fucking way that they would let out that they were agents,
Right.
especially if they're from the CIA, because the CIA can't operate domestically.
Right.
Probably wasn't the NSA. That's really not their bag. Probably wasn't the FBI.
Homeland Security.
What's this now? Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, I know what it is. I forgot about it.
Fuck.
All right.
You know, we never thought about that kind of stuff over on the other team. God, this is some shit.
Yeah, well, welcome to playing with the freaking...
Welcome to the world of the grown-ups, darling.
All right. If we can survive in DC, we can survive in Chicago. Chicago is vastly more corrupt.
Exactly. Exactly.
We can
So
do
let
this.
me
We
get
just
let me
need
get
to-
my information on their operations.
Does anybody have the ear of a reporter?
No.
Preferably...
Not the type of reporter that can help this. I have the ear of a society reporter.
Still an in. Is she thirsty, or I'm sorry, are they thirsty for a more Metro beat story?
Not
Something to
likely.
make-
She's fucking Ventru and does society work.
Does she know somebody?
She might. I can put in a word and ask.
Get me somebody young and thirsty. We can say that the gang war erupts in the streets of, or gang violence erupts in the streets of blah, da, da, da. Okay?
All right.
We get that to the news. That becomes the general public's opinion. The general public's opinion is something that then the friggin' alphabet soup needs to uphold. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I understand what you're doing.
Makes sense.
I'll leave a
Okay.
message. I'll leave a message with her. See what she can get me. She runs her own, basically, society web news, but she's likely to know some connections.
I'd honestly kill to have a freaking Toreador right now who knew a freaking documentary maker or some shit like that could make a documentary about the woes of gang violence in Chicago.
I'll get in touch with Damien and I'm laying low for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, hell, if need be. Okay. All right. For right now, just keep your heads down. Jackie, you said you had a meeting.
Yes, Dredd is going to be coming by.
Okay, so you don't need company. Good.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah. Bosco, you good?
Well, I mean, this kind of works out in a way for me. I'm not going to be having any dates anytime soon. The last one I went on didn't turn out so well.
Sam looks at Eleanor. Date?
Well, it wasn't. It's a kind of a friend, colleague of mine, but it went badly.
Okay.
Oh, no.
It's going around, it seems.
It has bigger implications than just a spat, though. This is my friend who I was thinking that she was demon possessed, but when I revealed, it turns out that Kindred can't host them. Boy, did I get an ear and eye full.
You told the person you thought who was possessed that you knew that they couldn't possibly be possessed?
Yes, it was a test, and it hard to say who failed. But
Eleanor, darling, I love you, but please, you and Roscoe are not to do anything unsupervised from this point forward.
Duly noted.
Because, darling, you can't stop yourself from pushing the red button, and seems neither can Roscoe. Quit
Roscoe.
fucking around with the demons and the fucking Bahari and the fucking... Jesus Christ.
Well, what the fuck is a Bahari?
Cultists.
Fucking hell. Y'all fucking... I can't even make a fucking clever reference right now. My mind is going a million miles a minute. But pretend I said something clever in reference to a cult. Waco.
The lake spirit worshippers are tied to the fucking painted lady who obviously is a cultist. Am I right, Lamar?
Absolutely.
Yes. I'm thinking Bahari because they talk about the gardens and all that bullshit.
Oh, what?
Oh, and they hate men. They definitely hate men.
Hold on, both of you. That came up in the conversation. With the.
She's possessed by a kindred, darling.
Yeah, apparently. But
a kindred
I had no
is
idea
riding
who.
her with advanced levels of auspex, I'm sure.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
And she has definitely a very pronounced hate of men.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we all destroy gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that kind of pegs it.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Okay.
We have Setites. We have Bahari. What's next? Church of Cain?
Why not?
Fucking hell.
A church of what now?
Oh, you haven't.
You know what? No, you know what?
I was gonna say you probably don't want. Don't ask. You don't want to know.
That's a tomorrow night Sam problem, not a tonight Sam problem. I'm gonna go find somebody drunk to drink and brain grenade my fucking self. All right.
Have a good night.
Don't start an apocalypse, okay?
Too late.
And Sam
No
walks up to the
promises.
roof. Sam walks up to the roof before anyone.
Fucking hell. Okay, that is not a now problem, but thank you for sharing that. Yes, your friend is basically being used as a tool. Probably a person on the board. Because yes, I have tied that much together based on everything everyone has said over the course of the last few months, that the ones serving the lake are the ones who want a garden. The Bahari.
Yeah, that seemed to be of particular importance to them.
Bunch of militant botanists.
Yeah.
And I believe that she can back up any of her threats with force. She did a number on her chair as equal to Sam on tables. I mean, she crushed it with her hand, her offhand.
Interesting.
Imagine if she'd put her hands on you.
Yeah.
Well, she did the other one, and I still have both arms, so I'm counting myself lucky in that regard.
Yeah, you may wish to end that friendship. Sadly.
Don't want to say she's dead, Jim, but...
Write that one off. Because, seriously, you cannot trust that even when she seems herself.
I know the other one's listening all the time, obviously.
Right.
But I get the feeling that this one has something in mind for me, because she's referenced future events, and leaving Sun Chi to me for a short while before she takes her again.
She is baiting you.
Of course.
Do not fall for the trap.
You know, Roscoe,
It's what I do, Jackie.
Roscoe, I think you should stay here and hang out with me. I've been staying here the last few nights. I think we should make this a buddy
bonding,
a buddy cop movie. Yeah.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I am down with that.
With this coterie. At a bit of a crossroads here. I think we're going to end this episode so that Jackie can get her info from Dredd and get that message up, because she has a Justicar to contact. Finally using her lore sheet. And as this episode ends, in another part of town, there's a woman bent over I'm not quite sure what it was. It's some sort of odd design on the floor. And she lifts her head up. Mistress, I found her. And at that same moment, Eleanor feels a chill up her spine, like somebody has walked over a grave. And in another part of town, a certain kindred, with a brand on his head, is meeting with a woman, newly arrived from Baltimore. A woman he only refers to as Legatus. And this is where we end this episode. For the viewer vote, last episode was fucking amazing. Everyone gets XP. Because the feels were brought by so many people in so many ways. And it was just a heart-wrenching episode, and I think everyone deserves something for that. Now, of course, if you're watching this now, go over to Discord right here in chat. Vote on who's going to get some viewer votes. Because this circle, or this coterie circle, there's a wraith again. Well, you're all dead. This coterie is in some deep shit. I guess we found out what happened with Kathy's role that night when she broke the Masquerade by saying the word coterie. Second time it was mentioned in a short period of time in this city. And even the SBCs have repercussions for their actions. Thankfully, they didn't know who Lamar was. And one episode left, everybody. A lot of shit in motion. We're going to see how this plays out. Of course, if you like what we're doing, give us a follow here on Twitch. Give us a subscribe. If you really want to, support the channel, that's what the subscribe's for. Bits and donations, of course, go to our players, not to Rillin and I. The studio gets the subs, bits donations go to the players. It's a way to give thanks to them for all the hard work that goes into this. I mean, look at Eleanor's makeup. I mean, that should tell you, there's a lot of effort put in. Look at Roscoe's got to pay for his shirts eventually because he keeps buying these snazzy shirts that, really do Roscoe. And, those aren't cheap either. You want to catch up on our back episodes right here? All the back episodes on YouTube. You want to check out some friends of ours? We got friends over here. Check those people out. Ravenos Archon, who plays in our werewolf game. He's right over there. He's a rotten bastard for lying to me in Blood on the Clock Tower, but he's right over there. Just saying. He snowballed me, and that shit happens. We got merch. Get your Season 3 merch now for Windy City because Season 4 is coming up, and I can't guarantee we'll all have the same merch because, you'll see there's an open spot in the cast right now, and there will be a 6th player coming. We'll make an announcement about who that is when we reach it, but right now, there will be a 6th player because I like that balance. And someone needs to come to this group and rein some of this shit in a little bit from the bottom 3 players down there. Though I will say I love Jackie telling Eleanor her and Roscoe are not allowed to be alone together anymore. Because one too many red buttons were pushed.
I am an innocent cucumber.
Bullshit. And now I'm going to let Rillin take and give the schedule.
Yep. So thank you so much for joining us today for this insane episode of Windy City After Dark, leading into the finale next week on Sunday. But before we get to that, on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Werewolf the Apocalypse, Phoenix's Call, run by the amazing Ravenna. And that, is, as I said, is at 8 p.m. Eastern, so tune in for that. It takes place in 1996 Cody, Wyoming. And then on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be back with a second round of You Will Destroy Something Beautiful with new players.
You watched that, the first one. It was amazing. It's not a long, it's Two games were an hour and 40 minutes roughly.
Yeah, it's
But
a
it was-
really short little game that we are able to play 2 sessions in a stream, and it's an amazing collaborative storytelling type game with some combat at the end that is very fun because it literally changes the whole situation, and the endings of both sessions were amazing. And my players from the first time really enjoyed it. They said that, both sessions were completely unique from each other from that collaborative aspect. The viewers really seemed to enjoy it. Tune in if you've got nothing else to do on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. It's a great little indie game that's available on itch.io, and I've posted it on Discord in the chat for the one shot, so that if you would like to run it yourself with your friends, it only takes a facilitator, the GM, and 1 to 3 players. So you can play this very easily with a very small group. But that's at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. And then on Saturday, we have London Esoteric Society at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is our Call of Cthulhu 7E stream run by the Keeper Tiss, our lovely British Tiss. That is going to be running that game. It's set in Victorian London, and it is insane with all the cult stuff. You want to tune in if you like the cult stuff. And then, of course, our season finale for season 3.
Get ready, everybody.
Finally, this Empire Strikes Back season is over.
And I will say that the groundwork for how this season ends has been laid this entire season.
It has been.
It has all been the results of actions of players, actions of SPCs in the city, and actions have consequences for everybody.
Yep. And that will be at 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, August 8th. We hope to see you then.
And I hope everyone's been enjoying this rather dark season we've had where the coterie doesn't seem to catch a break. Don't worry. I'm sure they'll catch a break eventually. Just probably not this season. And everyone, mental health, it's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. Please take mental health seriously. Check in on people around you. Try to be the lifeline that people need. Try to reach out to them. Hopefully you can help somebody step back from the edge, because it's a tough time on everybody right now. And it's something we here at McStabber Studios take very, very seriously. And if you are someone who suffers from mental health issues, like many of us do, right now in chat, there's a list of numbers you can call or text to get 24-hour a day, 7-day-a-week support. Somebody will answer the phone and talk to you without judgment, without reservation, because mental health is something that we all have to deal with. There's nothing wrong with admitting you need help once in a while, because we all need help. And I'm going to let my wife do the amazing thing that she does better than me.
So those of you who've been watching our streams know that I am actually a registered nurse, and I worked in public health and infectious and communicable diseases and all that stuff throughout my career. And one thing I can tell you is that vaccination really does work. Please, please, please go get your COVID vaccine if you have not already. If it is available to you and you are able to take it, get it done, because legit, nearly all COVID deaths have been unvaccinated people. Please go get it done. It is serious. The Delta variant is killing people who have not been vaccinated. It is worse than the original variant that came through.
A lot more transmittable and a lot faster working.
Yeah. So please, 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 please take care of yourselves, get your vaccine, because by doing that, you will take care of those around you who are unable to get the vaccine. So please, please do that.
And from the cast of this show, I hope to see you all next week for the season finale, because y'all, shit's going to happen. And I thank you all, and I thank my cast for putting up with this evil storyteller season. This has been the evil storyteller season for sure. And I thank you all for coming, and I wish you good night.